Americans. Ken Vogel, chief investigative reporter for Politico. Michelle Bernard, president of the Bernard Center for Women. And Mark Pence, founder of the Stagwell Group and former advisor to Bill and Hillary Clinton. Mark, thank you for coming on. You've got a new poll out today. And I got this poll which shows that Mike Pence gets favorable with 47%. Trump gets favorable with 45%. So does Trump now know that Pence is a better surrogate for him than he is himself?
Oh, I think there's no question. I mean, we're starting a monthly poll, a Harvard-Harris poll, and in this poll, Trump is the most popular person from the administration. Actually, Bernie Sanders was the most popular in the country. But what does Trump do when his vice president's more popular
Pence is the
than
most
him?
Popular.
Pence is the most popular in the administration. You look at Bannon, he's down at 20%. So the people he sent out in the campaign, and Kelly Conway is negative 2 or 3 to 1. So those folks really have trouble going out and speaking for Trump now. Pence is the man, and by the time you get to Europe, there's probably a 40-point gap between Trump and Pence.
Michelle, this is pretty true. I mean, you talk about bad publicity. Bannon gets it all the time.
Yeah.
He's like Darth Vader.
Yeah, but he probably likes it.
But he's a good speaker. I saw him today. He knows how to talk, but he's a little strong. But, you know, that's part of the deal. He's sort of the tough guy in the White House.
Yeah.
But yet, Kellyanne's had her problems, let's be honest. But Pence comes off as the guy who says, yes, I believe in NATO.
Yes.
And Tillerson says, we're not going to fight wars with our GIs, men and women, to get killed and mutilated sometimes and more horribly so that we get more gas.
Yeah.
You know, they're smart things to say, but why isn't the president saying the smart stuff? Because his base doesn't want to hear it from him?
His base doesn't want to hear it from him, and that's not what he got elected for. You know, I think he made a very pointed decision when he brought on Mike Pence. He is calm. He is stable. When everybody else in the administration is operating, you know, up here, just hearing even his tone of voice can be very calming, which is so surprising because prior to the election, one would have thought, you know, given Mike Pence's ideas on so many social issues, people would not find calm in Mike Pence. But that's what he has given us.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really bizarre because he's not, I don't think, as manipulative as Dick Cheney was. Well, but I think Cheney was manipulative of a lesser mind called the president at that time, and he knew how to manipulate the guy.
Well, Pence comes off as sincere.
Well, Pence has a hard, traditional Christian, I must say, Christian conservative view of the world, which is pretty consistent and predictable. Trump is a amalgam of stuff that works with the polling.
Yeah, I mean, he also has an understanding of the way that politics works innately in the way that Trump doesn't. So he kind of translates Trump.
Who are you going to believe? But who are you going to believe?
Yeah, I mean, in some places there are direct conflicts, and in that case, obviously, you have to believe Trump.
NATO sucks. They don't pay their bills, and the guy says, no, we need NATO. That's the difference.
I think you see the sort of administration separate and apart from Trump, if it's possible to distinguish them. Trump says something that's sort of a little bit off the reservation. You have folks in the administration who are sort of the serious policy types who are trying to figure out where to sort of steer, where to find the middle ground. And Pence is the voice of those people. So he's the voice of them.
You use the word translate, and that's what he does. Like Donald Trump sends out a lot of tweets, you know, about how he's going to repeal and replace and Obamacare. And Pence says, step one, repeal.
Okay, look, here's what's weird about this. Having Mark and I have been around a while. Mark, Don Regan, who was an arrogant SOB, Don Regan would say, I'm the cleanup crew for the elephants. And Reagan heard that, and he's the elephant. That didn't work with him. He was gone. Now they can clean up for the elephant with impunity. They say he doesn't get it right. I'm telling you the truth, and he's the president of the United States. How can they keep doing this?
Well, look, it's a little bit of a good cop, bad cop routine, only in reverse, right? Pence is the good cop. Trump is the bad cop. The way he negotiates is to create complete uncertainty about what he really thinks, so that whoever's opposed, you're like, what does NATO think? Is he supporting us? Is he not? Do we have to pay these bills? Maybe we have to pay the bills. We don't know. What are we going to do, Pence? Pence says, well, they will help us. Trump says, well, maybe not. I think that's part of a strategy.
Yeah, I think you're left to just think, well, maybe Trump isn't entirely crazy because Mike Pence seems to be making some sense. And maybe that's the strategy.
Okay, let's talk about the CPAC today. I went to CPAC 10 years ago. I used to go out there because it reminds me of the old Yaffer days, Young American for Freedom. It's all right. They're who they are. But they seem to be now Trumpites. And I always wonder, how can you have this mass conversion? Republicans tend to be pro-free trade. That's what they believe in, free trade, you know? Adam Smith, you know? Now they're all with him on trade, I guess. They're pretty hawkish. He's not really exactly hawkish. A lot of the stuff on immigration, they were not madly anti-immigrant. Now they are. how can they convert it as a mass group? It's like one of these religious things where 500 people get married the same day. I mean, how's that happen?
Yeah, I think CPAC has kind of lost its status as the moral compass.
Are they Trumpite now?
I think that they are, and it's such a stark change from not just decades ago and not just the William Buckley
But they
era,
love Russia now.
But even last year. Last year, Trump pulled out of CPAC because there were protests expected.
Hey, Mark, why are they now like Russia?
Well,
the right wing.
But they're just following Trump. I think you're quite right. Trump, they never thought they'd have as much power in this country. They never thought Trump was going to win. And they kind of figure how it's in our interest. We're going to have to really cater to Trump a little bit, even though we completely disagree with him on probably 70% of the issues.
Well, 90% of Republicans like Trump, according to our latest polling here. Actual, self-identified. You figure. Anyway,
the grassroots.
Remember, Republicans fall in line. Democrats fall in love. Democrats aren't in love with anybody right now anyway. The Hardball Roundtable staying with us as we continue to wait.